Hi quilters, it's Pam from AccuQuilt. I'm here today to introduce you to one of our brand new studio dies, Hunter Star. Now, if you say to me, wait Pam, we already have Hunter Star, the answer is yep, we do. And it's one of our most popular go dies, so we decided to make it a studio die. So behind me is this great pattern called Electric Blue. So you can see that you have a choice. You can make all of the stars the same color, those white and blue. Here in Nebraska, we would make it white and red because we bleed Husker red. Or it's a great way to use up your stash and your scraps, okay? So either way, you can do that. Our new Hunter Star die comes with a free pattern to give you some instructions on, how to cut the pieces and sew them together. So let's make a little block. So first of all, this is our new Hunter Star die. Isn't that clever? So the two-tone foam shows you where to lay down the fabric, which is always a great way. That way you're not wasting fabric. Here's my tip of the day. What you want to do is you want to measure the widest part of this die and then just add 1/4 of an inch to either side. That way when you're cutting off the edge of the bolt of fabric, you can just cut off the edge and be able to fan fold and not waste any fabric. So let me show you how we're going to cut this. So first of all, I'm going to have the label be at my belly, lengthwise grain back and forth across the die board. Now what I've done is I've just rough cut 10 1/4 inches off the edge of my bolt. Okay. Now we can cut up to 10 layers of fabric with studio dies, but I'm going to tell you when you're making the Hunter Star die or Hunter Star quilt, you only want to cut 4 layers of fabric of each color. So instead of using all 10 layers, you're only going to cut 8, but then you're not going to have leftover blocks. Okay. So I've taken my fabric, I have 2 layers and 2 layers. This is the lengthwise grain. So I'm just going to barely cover my shape. Now watch this. I'm going to go back and forth across the die board. So this is 8 layers. Okay, now quilters, listen. Don't let this little tail stress you out. There are no blades inside your Studio 2 fabric cutter, so you just want to kind of accordion that fabric right next to your die and it's going to go right through your machine, no problem. Okay, put on my cutting plastic, turn the handle, look at how fast that goes, 90% faster than with rotary cutters or scissors. Here's my tip of the day. Give it a little love, gets rid of some of that static. Slide that mat off, don't lift. And now you're just going to pull back and have all of your shapes cut perfectly. Ta-da! Now keep this so that you can cut more blocks. All right, so you're going to follow the pattern. It's really important to make sure you follow all of the steps. This is one of our finished blocks with the Hunter Star, so you can see how we've cut all 4 pieces and sewn them together. So here's 2 that is sewn together and here's one of those single blocks. So I'm actually going to show you how to finish one of these single blocks. So we're going to come right here. This is the block that I'm going to finish. So all I need to do is add one of those light colored triangles. So I'm going to come here to my stack, find one that looks just like this. Ta-da. Now you notice we've cut off those dog ears. You're welcome. That way everything goes together perfectly and you know right where that 1/4 inch seam is. So bring it here to my sewing machine. Now quilters, here at AccuQuilt, I always sew with my shoes off. So my shoes are off so I can sew perfectly. Okay, come right here. Now you want to make sure you have a good 1/4 inch. Also quilters, I would tell you to cut all your pieces first and then sew them together because you're going to cut 90% faster than with rotary cutters or scissors, and then if you sew them together it's going to be even faster to put your block together. So look at this, ta-da! So I'm going to follow the pressing instructions, And quilters, make sure you're not pressing, that you're pressing, not ironing. So you get those good edges right there. Okay? So now then this block, this section of this block goes right here. So I would sew those two pieces together, sew them together, the two sides, and then ta-da, I have a finished block. Quilters, we would love to see the projects you make using your new Studio Hunter Star die. You can post them at AccuQuilt.com, and at AccuQuilt we help you cut time so you can quilt more.